yeah. Beyond the vows, where the truth gets real. Faith and love, yeah, that's the deal. WC and Maria, bringing that glow. Tuesday nights is the show you gotta know.
Love ain't a moment, it's a movement we found. Beyond the vows, where the real talk sounds. From single to married, decades deep. Together we rise, where the promise is key.
Hey! We're here. We're on. Now, for tonight's headlines. Oh, no. I've always wanted to say that, sitting behind a desk. Hey, honey.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm good.
How good are you? Hey, welcome to Beyond the Vows with the Browns. You know, I was looking at our intro.
Mm-hmm.
And do you feel some kind of way when it says Mr. and Mrs. Willie Brown? Your name ain't in it nowhere. You ever think about that?
No.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
So, like, it's like your name's like.
Look,
What?
I know who I am and I know whose I am. It doesn't even matter.
And whose is using mine, right?
I'm not talking about you. I said I know who I am and I know whose I am. My name not being up there, as far as my first name, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't.
Okay.
It really don't.
Okay. Anyway, listen, we are the Browns, and thank you again for tuning in for another exciting dialogue on Beyond the Vows. And what's that disclaimer?
The disclaimer is we're not professionals. We're just
married.
That's it.
That's it. So listen, we've had the last few weeks. We've had some great discussions.
Mm-hmm.
But you said the last show was boring. That's what you said.
Yeah.
How was it boring?
I guess because there need to be a little more excitement. You know what I mean?
Let's get deep, yo.
It needs a little more excitement because honestly, I mean, marriage is fun and it's exciting, you know, and everything that comes along with it. It is when you have the right person that you can connect with, the right person that's not gonna lie, cheat, or do whatever else that is, the right person that's gonna do right by you. You know, it's very rewarding and it's very exciting. You know, I don't want us to start to think that it's not, because it is. It really is. And actually, the marriage is what you make it. If you don't make it exciting, it's not going to be. If you always feel like somebody's dragging you somewhere, you know, instead of there being any type of excitement that's going to benefit the both of you, then you got to do something.
Boy,
You got to.
You said a mouthful. But first, you know, we want to talk about our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Deaf Child Hope International. And we know you'll see the commercial later. It's over 25 million children who are in poverty. And not only are they in poverty, but they're deaf. They've never heard. And your support, if you go to deafchildhope.org and look at some of the children who are in need of sponsorship, it will change your life. It would just do something for not only for you, but it would do something for these children who have never had a conversation. And that money, that sponsorship helps to bring teachers and sign language teachers over to those various countries. And so again, deafchildhope.org. Go on there today, log on and take a look at the children and consider sponsoring a child today, okay? So look, something you always ask me, and I always be trying to figure it out. You be saying, honey, what's your love language? And I'll be like, huh? Love language. So you'll be very proud of me. I've been researching. You hear me?
Yeah.
I've been researching. So look, we want to talk about love language. Okay. What is your definition of love language?
My definition of love language, it's how you love and how you receive it, or either how you give it. That's the language that you speak.
Mm. So when you ask that question, are you expecting a certain answer? Or are you hoping for a certain answer?
What I'm hoping for is, in asking a question like that, I'm hoping for the truth. I'm hoping for you to express to me what your love language is. It's not like mine. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
It's not like mine.
All right, what's your love language?
I don't want to tell you. I want you to guess it. Because apparently you don't know.
I do know.
What is it?
Well,
Mm-mm.
I
don't know.
No, your love language is, you know what? I'm gonna show you what I researched.
Mm-hmm.
So love language, there's 5 love languages.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. So now I know there are 5 love languages. It's acts of service,
Okay.
receiving gifts,
Mm-hmm.
quality time,
Mm-hmm.
words of affirmation,
Okay.
and physical touch.
Right.
Okay. So out of those 5, where are you at?
I'm not telling you. I want you to guess.
Well, okay.
The reason
Would
why
you-
I said that, listen, the reason why I said that is because it's important in the marriage, you guys, that you all understand what your partner's love language is, because based on what their love language is, how you can help them to be, happy. And I'm not saying that you're responsible for their happiness, no, but I'm just saying that's how you can make them happy. And so I want him, I'm born to him, I want him to know what my love language is so that he can help make me happy.
So your love language is what you give to me.
No,
what is your love language towards me?
No. Love, when you say love, what is your love language? I need to understand in these 5, which one is you, or which one are you? And so that I can give you that, because that's what you want. That's you. That's your character. That's who you are. So that is what I'm looking for. So if mine, for instance, if mine was words of affirmation, once you give me affirmation, that makes my day. That starts off like, oh my God, I needed that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I have to know that you want affirmation. These five I already know, because I know you want quality time.
Hold on one second. That's if that's my love language.
I'll tell you, I know what yours is.
Okay.
Based on what you've expressed to me, you want quality time. Remember, you definitely want quality time. Words of affirmation, physical touch. You love physical touch. That's your love language. Or, yeah, vice versa. So look, this is a love language where actions speak louder than words. Now that's acts of service. Okay, acts of service action speaks louder than words. And so basically, acts of service has to do with how well somebody takes care of their partner's physical and environmental needs. So, for instance, I love getting up in the morning and making sure you have breakfast before you go to work. That's an act of service. Or if you say you want something or you need something and you're not specifically asking me to do it or to get it, you know that my act of service is I'll get it for you anyway. That's why I used to say, I'll be careful what I say around him because he will make it happen. Am I right?
I've said that, yes.
Yeah. So act of service. So I like what it said that, because a person who identifies with this love language appreciates being shown through their partner's actions how much they care for.
Right. So your love language is not my love language.
So you don't have acts of service.
That is not my love language.
Okay. Why wouldn't it be?
Because when you love somebody, you're going to do it, period. In the discussion. When you love somebody, you're going to go out their way anyway. When you love somebody, if they ask you to do something, you're going to do it. Why? Because you love them. So I shouldn't have to ask for you to go and get me a glass of water or whatever. I shouldn't have to ask that. There's just certain things that you do because.
Okay, well, what about receiving gifts?
That is not my love language.
Okay.
Not that I don't want the gifts. That's not what I'm talking about. But a lot of times when it comes to gift giving, there's some people out here that are expecting certain things. That is not me. And I don't want what I guess is what's the word I want to say? I'm not a materialistic person. So because I'm not materialistic, I don't expect gifts like that. I mean, yes, I love nice bags, nice shoes and clothes, money and all that good stuff. I do. But a lot of that stuff, y'all, it don't mean anything if it's not meant. If that love is not there, it doesn't mean anything. It's just things. I need more than that. I need some substance. All right. I need some real substance. A pocketbook is not going to love me. My clothes is not going to love me. And it's not going to give me the substance that I need. Mm-mm. So that's not me.
What about it's the thought that counts?
Yep. Maybe it's the thought that counts. But what if you don't like the gift?
But it's still the thought. It's still the thought that counts.
When you love somebody and when they love you back, you're going to know what they like and you're going to do your best to get them that. I'm not talking about trying to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a pocketbook. That's crazy. When we can use the $1,000 to pay on your car note, okay? For insurance, stuff like that. You know, but that's just not me. I'm just not that type of person. I never have been and never will be. I'm not saying I don't like gifts. I do. But even when you give a gift, yeah, it's the thought behind it. But what kind of thought did you put into it?
Brothers, how many of your women have just been hard? You try your best to give them just something from your heart. And it just tears you down when they go, really? You know, it's like y'all have no compassion on us when we spend 3 days trying to find the perfect gift, and then
that's the problem. That's the problem. You know what the problem is?
What?
That you really don't know who you have. Because no, let me finish. You really don't know who you have, because a lot of times men and women, it's not all men, it's not all women, just want somebody that really appreciate them for who they are and love them for real.
Right.
And treat them right.
But what if they're trying to introduce something new to you, saying, you know what, I think she may like this.
Then that's a conversation that you're gonna have with that person prior to getting it. So you won't waste your time.
But then it wouldn't be a surprise.
It doesn't have. It's a way that you can do it, that it'll be a surprise if that's what you want to do.
You may hint around it.
You can if you want to, and then you'll know. Oh well, it's not going to be worth it. You just have. Trust me. When you love somebody enough and care that much about them, you'll find a way. Love always do. Real love.
Oh, yes, it will. So we got acts of service. We talked about receiving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we have quality time.
Right.
Now, I'm almost afraid to start talking about this because I get this all the time. quality time. So there's quality time and there's quantity of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so guys, some of you may think, like, for instance, I'm always, you know, on the go. I have a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. You know, radio, TV, community giving, stuff like that, sports and all that kind of stuff. And it's sometimes it's hard to balance all of that. And for me, you know, like I said, this show would tell you that we keep it real. For me, I'm thinking, I know what quality time is. That means uninterrupted, you know, time together where there's, you know, no outside forces or anything like that. And my thing is, when you can't have that quality time, to still, you know, I still try to make sure for you to be in the room. You're trying to convince me, even if I'm working, you know. And to me, the fact that we're still together shows that I you know, I don't want to just be off by myself.
Okay, so that's what you say.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you say. But on the real, it's not like that.
Oh, what's it like?
If you want me to come somewhere with you and I come with you, I'm always by myself.
Right. But I'm working though. That's the thing. I'm working. If I'm working, you know, if I'm on stage, you can't be on stage with me because I'm the personality.
That's a different scenario. But
to me, you're still in the room.
But that's not quality time. That's going to work. That's bring your wife to work day. That is not quality time.
Right.
It's not quality. Right. It's not quantity. I don't care how you look at it, because quality time is you're not paying attention to who's calling, who's texting you on the phone when you're trying to have quality time with your wife. Why? Because you need to. Because the more and more that you don't do it, fellas, listen, the more and more, women, you too, the more and more that you don't do it, the further you push each other away. And it's going to get to the point where you don't even want to be bothered. Don't even ask me. No, I don't want no date night. I'm good. Because they've gotten so used to nothing happening.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's too bad. Because what happens, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, what really happens is when it gets to that point, if it's a female or a male, then I don't want to do nothing anymore because you don't show any interest in them. And so what are they thinking? You're not interested in me. You're interested in that phone. You're interested in talking to everybody else but me. That's how it is. And so if that's how you're going to be in a relationship, my suggestion to you is don't even get married. Because you're going to be wasting your time and hurting somebody else at the same time. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not ready to share yourself, if you're not ready to really go beyond the vows and be the man that this woman or be the woman that this man says or think that they are, then it's no need. It's no need. Because you'll be wasting their time. You'll be hurting them because you don't do what you say you was going to do, especially after dating somebody and you thinking that they all that in a bag of chips and come to find out that you ain't.
Ooh, that's right. So how much, okay, if you were to take a percentage, like if you take 100%, okay, what percentage of that should be quality time in your
percentage of what?
What percentage of a marriage or, you know, a relationship, what percentage should be quality time?
Why do we have to give it a percentage?
Oh, no, I'm saying because you still have to work. You still have to do other things. You may not do it together, but, you know.
Quality time is after you get home from work. This is just one example. After you get home from work, after we probably have dinner, taking the time to talk, taking the time to say, you know, how was your day? I know I didn't get a chance to talk to you earlier. How did things go with you today? You know, just stuff like that. That means more than anything else. You wouldn't want no other male calling your wife saying, "Hey sis, how you doing? I was thinking about you today. Are you okay? Is everything all right? How was your day?" You don't want no other man doing that to you, to your wife. So you do it. Because I'm telling you, these men out here watching. And when you won't do, somebody else will. And the vice versa with the females, the same thing. So quality time is taking the time out of your schedule. Doesn't matter. And then make this person a priority. Don't make them sit in the background waiting for you to say something. It's just not right.
So should
there's not a percentage.
And we'll get into, we're gonna talk about date night too when it comes to quality time. Should couples put aside a specific day that this is the day that we're just gonna put our phones in the drawer and do that and come and try to stick to that day with and also knowing that certain things will happen.
You know what? It's about communication. And so the right one, the right couple, I'm telling you, men and women, when you want something like that, the best thing to do is communicate. All you got to do is talk. Hey, could we have this particular day as our date night? And if we can't do this, let's agree to another day. We understand that things happen. Life happens, right? It's what we do with it. So if you take the time to communicate, take the time to express, hey, this is what we're going to do. And for real, and do it for real. And not only just do it one time, but daggone it, be consistent. Don't be inconsistent, because when you're inconsistent, you ain't serious.
But you also have to make sure that obstacles will happen.
I'm not saying that it won't. I'm not saying that it won't.
Should happen, and we can't go into a tizzy. You can't just throw everything in the drawer just because an event happened or something happened. You can't stick to your date night or your
that's never ever been a problem. Mm-hmm. Anytime that there's something that came up, whether it's with our children or whether it's other things, that has never ever been a problem. I'm still talking about it because we're still being real. Yeah. Whether we tell them we're just married. Mm-hmm. And there's some things that we've been through, some experiences that we've been through that the audience need to know. Hey, well, how did y'all do it? This is how we did it. La, 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 la. But I'm just saying.
And it's still work in progress.
It has to be perfected. I'll say that, because on both ends. Right. It has to be it has to be perfected on both ends, because it's just really important. I cannot stress to you, quality time is so important, y'all, because there's enough in the day that can really disturb your peace, that can disturb your joy, that can disturb you as a person. If you really are connected with the right one, you're going to want to spend that time. You're going to want to be there for them. You're going to want to, when they're crying and you don't understand what it is that they're going through, sometimes it just takes you just to hug them or to put their head in your chest. You know what I mean? Just those little simple little things. It goes such a long way, and it won't take a whole lot. But I'm just saying. That's all. I mean, majority of people, that's all they want, somebody to really understand them, understand them, to love them, reach out to them, and not have them sit in the background. Because if I'm going to sit in the background, I might as well be alone.
Okay. So that's quality time. So now let's talk about words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. So it's basically one way to find words of appreciation or words of praise. It's any sort of verbal or written communication that shows your partner how much they are loved and why. So think about how to give somebody words of affirmation that are about their being. Okay. So I guess especially women want to hear, and I can't speak for all women because I'm not a woman, but I would think that, you know, women want to hear that they're pretty, they're beautiful, honey, you look good, oh, your hair looks wonderful, you know. And so guys, you got to be on your P's and Q's, because especially there's been some times she's put on something just really nice. She said, "You ain't saying about my outfit." And I'm like, "Oh snap, yeah, but it's too late then." But you got to be on your P's and Q's. And
yeah, especially when you call other people queen, when you call other people, "Hey, beautiful," or stuff like that, and you don't do yours like that. Yep, you do. You got to be on it.
Yeah. So let me ask this. So do you feel like you don't have that affirmation, you don't have that assurance, that women are being, do they have that shit that they're not being loved if they don't hear it?
No, my thing is, let me phrase it this way. Would you rather that someone else tell your spouse how good they look versus you?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm just asking a question, because the affirmation is it could be saying those wonderful things about the person. It can be. And if a person that has or wants affirmation from their spouse and don't get it from them because they don't do it, they don't give them the affirmation that they need. That's why it's important that you got to know who you connected with, and you got to study them, and you can't stop studying them. But that woman that does that, their love language is the affirmation. They're looking for that. And listen, granted, the husband may not give it, but somebody else will. And the more they give it, the more they're going to be open to listening and talking to them, because that's what drives them. I'm just being honest. And that's how it is. That's how it is with women, whether you know it or not. If you keep telling a female she's beautiful or whatever, she's going to think that you want to get with her.
Right.
Okay.
But I'm talking about if it's a given that the husband loves the wife loves the husband, they're together, they do things together, and if it's not spoken 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day that I love you, you're beautiful, you're the one for me, does that make you feel would women feel some kind of way when it's like, I would say, what? I'm here. I'm with you. We're having this wonderful marriage. I'm not even talking about other people.
I'm talking about what you're talking about. Who cares if you're here?
Huh?
Who cares if you're here? My thing is, I'm not saying that women are hungry for some man or their husband to always say that, but every now and then, we like to hear, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. I remember when, la, 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 la," and you start talking about that. But I mean, because as you get older and as you grow, you have children, you're not in the best shape that you should be in or whatever. You start to lose your hair. You start to get a beer belly and you don't drink beer. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You got to be able to express something to tell them, like, you like for me to tell you, or you like for me to pick out your outfit or whatever. You just get a kick out of that.
That's because I'm colorblind.
Lord have mercy.
You remember that? Guys, we were supposed to go somewhere and it's supposed to be all black. And I think I had a blue shirt on with a black pants. And you said, that is not right. So that's why I want to make sure.
That's not the only reason.
Why?
Because every time why don't you just pick out something? Don't be faking the funk up here, okay? Do not do that. You know you.
It's kind of nice when you say, "Baby, I like you in that right there."
Right? See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he be doing.
Yeah,
that's what he be doing.
I like it when you call me Big Papa. Yeah.
Whatever, Will. Whatever. But no, I'm just saying, it's just that I just need you to understand from a woman's point of view that sometimes, especially a husband, you can express that. And women, we can express that to our husbands too. And I'm not saying that the woman is hungry just to hear that. No. But I'm just saying every now and then, it's kind of like giving a compliment. Sometimes you need that, and you never know. This is why it's so important that you know your spouse, because you never know what they're going through. They could be stressed out because they had 4 kids and they got all these stretch marks, trying to get rid of them, exercising, doing everything, eating right, doing the things that they know how to do, and it's still not working. And you never saying nothing, but you go and express it to somebody else, and then they hear it, or either they don't hear it. That it just puts the person in the wrong space.
So here's a great question. Sometimes men are clueless. We're clueless.
It's a shame.
To a fault, maybe not to a fault.
I don't think it's to a fault. I think y'all just do it anyway.
When there's something, but don't you think sometimes it can be the responsibility of the partners? Because sometimes we really may not know what you're going through, or you may not really know what's on my mind. And you'll ask, but don't you think sometimes sometimes y'all ladies are just too hard on us when we don't know that something is wrong.
Let me just say this.
A lot of times women won't cover up.
Nope. Let me just say this. When you really and truly love your spouse, you're going to know that they're hurt. You're going to know there's something different about my wife or something different about my husband. And I need to get down to the bottom of it. When you really love them, you're going to come to their rescue. That's what you're going to do. And if you call that, us being hard, we're not being hard. You just not acting right. And not only are you not acting right, you're not giving your spouse what they need. And if you're not going to give your spouse what they need, then why be married?
Right. Well, we're not, but I'm just saying we're not going to know everything, because
I'm not saying that you know everything.
I'm not Maria. You're not Will. They're not who they are. You know what I'm saying? There's still parts of us that.
How long is it going to take for you to learn it?
But you don't have. No, not really. That's just the thing. You're not going to know everything. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be some times you just won't know. And I just feel like that's where that compassion has to come through.
Compassion on whose part?
Either one.
If
I'm missing something, then you have to be compassionate. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry I missed that. Okay. Explain to me what's going on. And that'll help me to be more.
But anyway, I've never heard that before.
So look, I want to go to the last part, the last of the 5 languages, which is physical touch. Okay. Does every touch have to be sexual?
No.
Okay. Explain that.
Explain it. No, every touch does not have to be sexual. If I'm in the living room and I'm watching TV and you come beside me, and if you touch my hair or touch my leg, that's not sexual. Everything doesn't have to be. Sometimes that's all that you need. If you grab my hand, if you hold my hand, or whatever, or even if you do this and wipe my face, and I'm not crying or anything, or just brush my face or whatever, or comb my hair or something. It's not sexual.
Well, I'm not combing your hair. You're funny about your hair.
I,
I'm not doing that.
God help him. But all I'm saying is that you just have to know, everybody has to know how to do it, how to touch your wife, how to touch your husband in a way that they'll understand, hey, I'm with you. And sometimes words don't even have to be said, but you got to know how to do that. And if you're not skilled enough, I don't know what else to tell you.
You said skilled.
Yep.
So that's the skill that has to be learned.
I'm not saying the skill that has to be learned. You just got to know your partner. I mean, I can't stress it enough. Spontaneous and what?
I mean, just nothing's crafted. There's no agenda. It just happens.
What happens?
Just affection just happens.
Sometimes, y'all, I don't understand. Maybe he's getting a little old and set in his ways. I don't know. Because to me, it still goes back to the same thing. When you love somebody, oh my God, and you know them, you want everything. You want them to feel your love. It don't always have to be in the touch. It doesn't always have to be in the gift. It doesn't always have to be an affirmation. Just knowing that somebody is there and that somebody cares enough for you that they'll ask how you're doing, that they'll ask, hey, is there anything that I can do for you? Or how don't I ask you that? I always ask you that because I want you to know that I care about you. I don't always come out and say, hey, babe, I love you, or I care about you, da 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 da. I don't always, but I do ask, hey, how's your day? How are you feeling? Are you okay? And your response shouldn't be in an angered way when you respond to me. Because when you respond out of anger, then that makes the other person retreat and won't give you nothing.
Well, so we've been talking about the love language.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I want you to write us today. Email us at Beyond the Vows at .skstv and at gmail.com. Write us today and let us know what your love language is.
Mm-hmm.
It may be more than 5. Maybe some that we didn't cover today. Okay, so I think we need to go to a break.
Okay.
And when we come back from the break, we're going to have a little fun with date night questions, and it's called Explore Your Spouse. When we come back.
Patrick Otema is 15 years old. He was born deaf, but in this remote region of northern Uganda, there are no schools for deaf children. In his whole life, Patrick's never had a conversation.
Hello. Good.
Okay, so welcome back. So she said our last show was boring, so we're about to have some fun. Okay, date night. We were talking about it. We talked about it a little earlier about date night. So this segment is called "Explore Your Spouse," or maybe we say "Explore Your Spouse's World." How you like that, brother?
Yeah, it's
You like
cool.
that better?
That's cool.
Want to spell your word? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like when you say that, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and before we go through that, I just want to thank you, sweetheart. Many, I'll just let you all know I suffered a loss. My older brother passed away on my birthday, October 29th. And it's been a very difficult time. And I just want to thank those of you who have reached out to us and to give us words of warm wishes and praying for us, especially as we continue to go through this process. And and I feel for everyone else that has lost a loved one, and you were really there, especially given the fact it was my birthday, which was supposed to be a celebrating time, and forever, for that date to be associated with my birthday. But you also fooled me and tricked me. Y'all, she tricked me. I'm not easily tricked or fooled. So she had me thinking we was going somewhere, just her and I. And I was like, why are we going so far? Because she don't like to travel across the water. And she did and took us to a restaurant. And when I got in there, the kids were there and the grandkids were there. So, honey, I love you for that. Thank you so much. That meant the world to me, given what had just happened. And I got a chance. We voted today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, voted today. I hope the polls, wherever you are, the polls close at 7:00. So we just hope everybody went out there and voted today. That's your God-given, that is your right to do that. And it's just like going to dinner. If you don't eat, it ain't on the menu. So I hope everyone did get out to vote. So look.
Hold on, before you go there. But you see that, ladies? You see what I did? I surprised him. And the only reason why because I knew all the stuff that he was going through, and I wanted him. It was really nothing that I could say, because when you lose someone, only thing you can do is just be there. That's really all that you can do, is just be there with all of your heart and try your best to comfort them as much as you can. But I really wanted him to be blessed. I wanted him to be happy. I wanted him to be surprised. And I'm so glad that we was able to get him. Yes, able to get him. And that's one thing that I know that he likes. So I don't know what what love language that is. Maybe that's the acts of service.
Well,
Something. Yeah, because we did it for you.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's an act of service. That's what he
But
likes.
it was receiving a gift too.
And that too. Well, both of those things.
Yeah.
So that's what I did,
Yeah.
because I know that would help him to be happy. And that's what it's all about. When you know your mate, it's easy to be able to give them what they want to make them happy.
Right.
I'm just being real.
Right. So, you ready for these questions?
I don't know.
I'm going to ask some and you ask them. Okay. So,
I don't have any.
question, huh?
Where they at?
You should have an email, honey. I sent you an email. The questions. So, here we go. All right. We'll share this, okay? And, if it gets too far, you don't
I got it.
I knew you had it. I knew you had it. So, look. And you at home, write these questions down. Okay. Is there a song that makes you think of me?
Yes.
What is it?
It's a song by Eric Benet and Tamia. I can't think. Can I just spend my life
with you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So whenever you hear that, you think of me.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm.
Okay.
Same question for you.
Oh, well, I was going to go with the Gap Band. My heart yearning for your love. Or I could have done humping, but that you want to do that.
Well, that's.
Yeah. But
Are we trying to be serious? Or are we trying to be fun?
this is the fun part of the show.
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah.
But There's one song that I've heard it a couple times, and it's if you could see me through, if you could see you through my eyes. Yeah, that's a good song. Okay, you got a question?
Okay. What in your life makes you feel most grateful?
So what makes me feel so great?
What in your life makes you feel most grateful?
I'll be honest with you, to have married the love of my life. So, because in previous marriages, I was the one that, and I was so appreciative that when my change came, God rewarded me with you for that change that I made in my life. That's the most rewarding thing.
For real?
Yep, 'cause I didn't want to be alone. And I just didn't want to have anybody just to say, I got a remote. So, okay, my question. If money were not if money were no object, what would you buy first?
A house.
A house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Go ahead. I hope you're writing these questions down.
Let me see.
Play along.
Okay.
She's gonna try to find the deepest question she can find. I know her.
Do you need anything more from me in our sexual relationship?
In a sexual relationship. Let me see. Ooh, do I need anything more for you? I don't know, maybe I want to say no, I was gonna say be a little more animated, but I don't
Animated.
What
do you mean animated?
Like I don't know.
See? Animated. What the heck are you talking about?
Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe you talk more. Call my name or something.
Are you serious?
I don't know.
If you don't know, then why? Oh my God.
Maybe you call my name in a foreign language. That might just like,
you know what?
Poppy.
Father, please help him. No.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
Did you answer the question?
I think we're all right with that. I mean, I don't have no complaints. So look, I got one. So, when was the last time you felt scared?
Okay, so when you're saying feel scared, are you talking about scared of stuff not being done, or what are you saying?
I didn't make the question. I'm just reading the question.
The last time I felt scared, this year.
Okay. This year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Question.
You don't want to ask no more beyond that?
Nope.
Why not?
Nope.
Okay. All right. What is your first impression? What was your first impression of me?
Oh my first impression of you was your eyes. Remember? Don't lie, because they know everybody knows the story of how we met. It was her eyes. I didn't see nothing else. I didn't see these. I didn't see nothing.
You didn't see what?
I didn't see these. I didn't see nothing.
Why you gotta do that?
Because and then when I saw the rest of it, I said, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah." Your eyes, and to this day, you still have the most amazing eyes. And my impression was, that she's fine. She is beautiful. It just your eye. It's almost like when I was looking at it on the computer. It was like you were looking into my soul, you know. And I was like, I would love. Those are the eyes I would love to look in all my life, the rest of my life.
You still feel that way?
Yep, still feel that way.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Even when you cut your eyes, it's still the beautiful eyes.
Oh, God.
All right. Oh, it's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my turn. Okay. What is your favorite activity to do together? What is our favorite activity to do together?
When you say activity.
I just asking the question. I didn't make the question.
All right. Well, honestly, what I like with you, I like to cuddle with you.
That's an activity?
Exactly. I think it's an activity. I mean, I love to cuddle with you. I love it because when I cuddle with you, it just makes me feel safe, and it makes me feel comfortable. I can let my hair down. Then that's when we can laugh, joke, or whatever the case is. That to me is like, it's kind of like being swallowed, in a blanket,
Mhm.
and being comfortable and being me, and you being you. I'm just saying that's just one thing that I really, really enjoy the most. It makes me feel safe.
Well, teacher, can I?
What?
I want to answer that too.
Okay, good.
You remember when we went salsa dancing?
Yes.
Oh man, and we was, you know,
Mhm.
that was fun.
It was
But
absolutely.
let me tell you one thing I wasn't expecting
What?
was they would switch partners.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait a minute now. You tell me she got dance with this dude and I got dance with that lady,
Mhm.
But it was fun. So that kind of thing I like to do. Okay, question.
All right. What is making you feel alive today?
Alive today. Um, you know, given our grandchildren,
Mm.
we have a new grandchild,
Mhm.
and she has brought so much life into our house.
Mhm.
And not that we had a dead house.
Right.
It's just a different energy,
Mhm.
and to just know that she's going to come to the house, and the new things she's learning. I just feel, because, in the midst of physical issues, guys, I'm going to have hip surgery soon. And I have many injuries from, military
Mhm.
that can be very depressing,
Mhm.
you know, and you may not think this, but I have a clock on you. I
What do
know
you
that,
mean?
and I look for, and then if that doesn't happen,
A clock? What do you mean a clock on me?
when that clock does not happen, I start to feel some kind of way. It makes me feel alive that I know that 11:30, Monday through Friday, you're going to lunch and you're going to call me. And I try to make sure I'm in a place where I can receive that call, because you have a 1 hour. Then I know that at 4:30, I'm going to get another call because you're on your way home.
So you be clocking me, and then when I do call, you don't answer.
That's because, I could be on the phone, but I'm just saying that makes me feel alive when those things I have to look forward to every day. And then, when you don't call, I'll be blowing your phone up. You go, what's wrong? Why you keep calling me? Because you call me and said something. I think that's cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it me?
No, it's me.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When do you feel most loved by me? I can see a woman right now watching us. Looking at her husband going, mm-hmm, yeah, when?
Say it one more time.
Okay. When do you feel most loved by me?
When you cook breakfast in the morning, bring it to me with my coffee.
That's when you feel most loved? I mean, I'm not answering the question for you. I'm just
Well, I mean that's one of them. The other one is when there is just you and me, and we cuddle time. That's another. And then another one would be when we sit down and we may want to discuss like the bills or things that we have to get done or things that we have to do, and we converse back and forth. And I know that may sound kind of trivial, but some things like that, it makes me excited when we can pay bills. I don't know about nobody else, but I get excited when I can pay a bill. Okay. Somebody out there can't pay no bills.
yeah, that's
But
right.
thank God that we can. And that's the thing. And just knowing that, we're gonna handle things together because I'm not in this by myself.
Yeah.
So that's how that goes.
Okay. Your turn. We're gonna do a few more and then we're gonna say farewell to our audience.
When you envision our future, what does it look like?
Oh, our future. Well, especially I'm believing God for miracles in health, and finance. It's gonna be bright. Beautiful, big. I want to picture that big, beautiful house you always wanted. Swimming pool in the back. House full of people.
House full of people.
Well, in discretion, I would envision that,
What do you mean house full of people?
Like grandma and granddad's house, that's the place to hang out, And I mean, I envision just a house and an atmosphere full of love for the people that we've been able to touch their lives. I envision that we're able to see the fruits of our labor,
Mm.
I really, I heard someone say one time that the true success of a legacy
Mm-hmm.
is planting a seed,
Mm-hmm.
but not being here to see the shade
Mm.
that it covers. That's why I say I want us to be able to plant seeds.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I like. Okay, so look, what's your worst habit?
My worst habit. I don't have a worst habit.
Okay. What's your worst habit?
I don't know. I think because I care too much.
Is that a habit?
Well, I'm not gonna say that. I was just joking. Oh my God, my worst habit. Well, I don't know about that one. I'm being totally honest.
Okay. I'll throw that one. Get another one. What is your favorite season and why?
I like the spring.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I like the spring is because I feel like it's a new dawning, a new day. The leaves are finally going back to being green. The flowers are budding, and there's new life that's coming forth. I love the spring.
The spring.
Wow. I really do.
Wow. Well, that's great. So listen, we've had fun tonight. We've had some intimate talk. We've had some deep, and that's what you're going to get every time on here on Beyond the Vows. We're going to give it to you real. We're going to give it to you raw. And like I said, but write us today. We really, really seriously want to hear from you, with your suggestions, with your questions, with your comments. Write us today, Beyond the Vows.
Yes.
.skstv at gmail.com.
Yes.
And don't forget our sponsor, deafchildhope.org. Okay. And also go on YouTube, go on Instagram, and look at SKSTV Radio Studios.
Yes.
Podcast studios. This is the place. You could be right here, telling the world, sharing with the world what your ideas are, what your passions are. And we just thank Cammie and SKS TV Radio for this platform that we've been talking about forever. We finally got it done. And as always, we thank you for joining in with us. And we'll see you again next week. 7 p.m. for Beyond the Vows. And remember, disclaimer, we're not experts. We're just married.
That's it. All right.